Screaming Geek Media here. I am Jerry the Geek. This video is it's a monthly watch video. Everything I watched in the month of August. But before we get into that, if you like physical media, 4Ks, Blu-rays, even DVDs, I talk about those from time to time. Check out my other videos on my channel. I do these discussion videos, collection updates, unboxings, reviews. See what you like, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn your bell notification on. And always comment below, let me know what you think of anything. So let's jump into what I watched in the month of August. I did do a monthly theme this past month. I did basically like family movies, more like a inspirational, faith-based, movies that are kind of, feel-good movies. I'm kind of alternating. I'm trying not to, earlier this year I was doing them, but it seems like it was kind of overwhelming trying to get these, doing a monthly theme and also doing other watches for reviews and stuff like that. So kind of a lot to do every month. So I've kind of been alternating. So this month I did one, next month I won't. But so let's get into the family themed month and what I watched. First up, we have When the Game Stands Tall. This is actually based on a true story, which I talked about this when I did a true story month. And also I did a top 10 true stories. This was I think was an honorable mention. But yeah, this is a really good story, sports movie. A lot of sports movies are inspirational, feel-good movies. And this was one of them, really good movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Next up, we've got another sports movie, Hoosiers. Phenomenal movie. I'd love to see this get an upgrade to 4K. This is definitely one of my favorites. Gene Hackman, incredible movie. Dennis Hopper's in it as well. If you have not seen this movie, I don't know what you're waiting for. This is great. Next up, we've got another true story movie. We've got I Can Only Imagine. I've talked about this in a couple other videos. It's based on the true story of Bart Millard, from the lead singer of Mercy Me. Incredible movie here. Very impactful, very emotional. Dennis Quaid's in it, puts on a phenomenal performance. So yeah, if you've not seen this, check this out. Incredible. Next up, we got Remember the Titans. Another one of my all-time favorite movies, and especially when it comes to true stories. Great. One of my favorites. Denzel Washington, Will Patton, phenomenal football movie here. Next up, we got another true story movie, Life Mark. This is done by the Kendrick brothers. Alex didn't direct this one, but they produced it. But a great true story movie. It revolves around a story of a kid, teenager, turns 18, and he was adopted. Gets in contact with his biological parents. Incredible movie. Highly recommend picking this up. Now I just, talked about the Kendrick brothers. Now I got all their movies are inspirational because they're faith-based Christian movies. And don't let that scare you away, because I'm far from being a Christian, but I love these freaking movies. If you've not seen any of these, I highly recommend getting these. They do a phenomenal job with what they make. And the first one we're going to go over is Overcomer. Great movie. I actually did a review of this you could check out. Basically, Alex Kendrick, he plays a coach of his in his school, and basically because of this big factory that closes up, a lot of families are moving out, so they're, so the different sports programs are closing. He's a football coach and basketball coach, and those are getting shut down. So he ends up being the coach of the cross-country team, and ends up getting one person on it. And she has asthma, so revolves around her and learning about her biological father. So very good movie, worth checking out. Next up, we've got another Kendrick Brothers movie. This is a War Room, another Christian movie, incredible movie, faith-based. Definitely worth checking out. It's a really good movie. Next up is Courageous. Another Kendrick Brothers movie, incredible. Has to do with cops and fatherhood. Plays the father here. He kind of realizes he's not being a good enough father, and he wants to do better. So it's a very good, another heartwarming movie. This is definitely one of my favorites of theirs. This is incredible. Next up, we got Fireproof, another Kendrick Brothers movie. Has to do with the whole story of basically the marriage, what it means, about not leaving your partner behind. So they tie it in with firefighters. The main character Kirk Cameron plays a firefighter. It's all about not leaving your partner behind. So that ties in with the whole concept of marriage. So, and really good movie, definitely worth checking out. Next up, another Kendrick Brothers movie. Instead, this is actually a football movie. Facing the Giants, incredible. Revolves around a Christian high school football team. He's a coach of, and he, talks about how there's more to life than just winning football games. So, great movie there. I think this is the second movie they made. Incredible. So yeah, if you've not seen this, check this out. Incredible movie. And the last of the Kendrick Brothers we're going to talk about is Flywheel. This is actually the first movie they ever made, and definitely this is only available on DVD. And definitely, it's a low budget movie. They basically raised some money and bought a digital camera to make this movie. And besides it being a low budget, definitely you can see that in the quality wise. But it's got a really good story, really good movie. Definitely worth picking this up and checking it out. Next up, we have Catching Faith. I just picked this up. It's another faith-based movie. Basically, when you first start watching it, the character, she's like, man, she is a bitch. She is so, two-dimensional or one-dimensional. It's like all she cares about is what other people think of her. And she starts, fighting those, feelings of more to it, and it has to do with the football. Her son plays football, so a really good movie. Definitely worth checking this out. It is pretty damn good. Next up, we got The Grace Card. It's another faith-based movie, very well done. It revolves around a guy that his son gets killed during a hit and run, and he becomes a cop. He becomes a really bitter person. And his marriage is falling apart, and the family has got a son, and then the whole family is falling apart. All about finding faith and about forgiveness. Very emotional movie, very well done. Next up, we actually got a mainstream title. This is more of a kind of an inspirational faith. It's not faith-based, but it's a feel-good movie. Patch Adams with Robin Williams. And it's actually, based on a true story as well. But it's a great, fun movie. You've probably seen it. Definitely worth checking out if you have not seen that. Next up, we've got Miracles from Heaven. This is actually a true story movie. I talked about this last month in another, when I talked about true stories. Great emotional movie. This will really pull your heartstrings. Very well done. Next up, we got another true story sport movie about basketball. Spirit of the Game, revolves around the basketball, the Australian, the Olympics being held. I forget what year this takes place. And about the Mormons, having their own basketball team to kind of pull together. This is a very well done movie. Definitely worth checking this out. Next up, another true story sport movie. Not completely sport, more character based, but Radio with Ed Harris and Cuba Gooding Jr. Incredible movie. This is one of my all-time favorite true story movies. Next up, another feel-good movie, Finding Forrester with Sean Connery. It was a really good movie. I haven't watched this in years, so I was looking for something different, pulled this out. Really good feel-good movie. Next up, we have The Encounter. This is a faith-based movie. Has Steve Borden, Sting from wrestling days. That's the main reason I bought it. I was looking for movies with Sting in it. But again, it's a faith-based movie. Has a cast of characters. These characters come together in this diner. All about finding faith. Really good movie. I do recommend picking this up. This is really good. There is a second one available as well. I have not picked that one up yet. Next up, another faith-based movie is Faith Like Potatoes. I have to admit here, I did not watch this all the way through. This was not good. I watched maybe a half hour and it was just bored me to death. I couldn't make it through it. Sorry, but I still had to watch, let you know, part of those faith-based inspirational movies. Next up, we've got another true story basketball movie, Glory Road. Has Josh Lucas in it. Really good movie about a basketball team. He gets hired to put together, do some recruiting, and he recruits some blacks on a team, which at the time it was not known to do, but he was all about converging blacks and whites. He wants the best talent out there on the floor. So very good movie. Definitely check this out. So the last of the the last inspirational movie we're going to talk about is Powder. I've watched this many times. This is probably one of my favorite movies. It's an emotional movie. I mean, this makes me tear up. There's something about this movie. Whenever I watch it, I do tear up and cry every time I watch this. Has Sean Patrick Flannery, Jeff Goldblum, and who else we have in this? Mary Steenburgen, Lance Hendrickson. So phenomenal movie. If you've not seen this, check this out. You do not know what you're missing. Great, heartfelt movie. Now that does it for the inspirational theme, family month. So now we're going to get into the rest of what I watched, especially for like what I did reviews of or did for other videos. So the first one we're going to mention is Star Wars, the original trilogy 4K edition here, which do not buy this. I did a review of this. Do not get this. Next up, we've got When Titans Ruled the Earth, set from Arrow. This has the remake of Clash of the Titans and the sequel, Wrath of the Titans. Very good movies here. I did a reviews of this. You can check out also unboxing. Very nicely done set here. Next up, we have from Second Sight, You're Next. This is a 4K set from Second Sight. I did a review of this you could check out. Next up, we have the 4K of The Boogans. Another one I did a review you can check out. Fun, great, classic 80s movie. I really love this. Even after all these years, it's a fun movie. Next up, we've got Cujo, classic Stephen King movie. And this is on 4K. This comes from Kino Lorber. Definitely give this a whirl. This is worth picking up. This is incredible. Next up, I did watch these when I was doing a video of an unpopular movie. I was doing a video for a lot of movies out there that are hated by many people, but I actually like. And so the first one we're going to talk, I did Skyline, one of those alien invasion movies. Not a lot of people like this one, but I really enjoyed this one. Next one I forgot to bring down is the Thing, the 2013 version, I want to say it is. It's not a remake or reboot. It's actually a prequel. Very well done movie. I definitely want to see this on 4K to put on a shelf with the original Thing. Next up, we've got The Last Airbender. A lot of people hate this movie because I never watched the animated series, so I had no expectations. But so on its own, I love this movie. It's great visuals, great audio. Would love to see a 4K of this one done. Next up, we've got the reboot of Total Recall. I love the original, but at the same time, I love this one. It's very well done. I was very impressed with this. A lot of people hate on this, so I included that in my original video I did. Next up, we got Cut Through Island on 4K. There's a nice steel book. This actually came out a while ago, but I only picked this up last month. I think right at the end of July. So I ended up watching this finally, and a very well done movie. I did a review of that you can check out. Next up is Russell Crowe and Gladiator on 4K. The Ridley Scott movie. I watched this again because I'm planning on doing a top 10 4K list. Very hard to do. There's so many great 4Ks out there, so I'm going through this Incredible. This will be in my top 10 to be talked about. Next up, we've got the original John Carpenter's The Thing. I finally did a review of this. I've had this for a long time, but just never did a review, but finally got that up for you. Incredible 4K here. If you do not have this, this is a must-have in any collection. One of the best 4Ks. And it doesn't even have Dolby Vision. Next up, another all-time classic, Alien. Another great 4K here. This will be talked about when I do my top 10 list. Next up, we've got the First Blood. Another great 4K transfer here. This will probably make my top 10, I don't know. Another top 10 contender, Days of Thunder on 4K. This is freaking phenomenal. The colors on this thing leap off the screen. If you don't have the 4K of this, get this. This is incredible. Next up, we've got the 4K of Face Off. Another great movie. I finally picked this up from Kino Lorber, one of the sales a couple months ago. Great one. Next one up is The Fugitive. This was on my wish list for a long time. And it finally came out, but I was just waiting for a price break. And I just didn't want to pay the high price. So finally got this on sale recently. Freaking love this. I got a review of that you can check out. Also, this might be a top 10 contender. Definitely will be up there. And the last one to talk about is Escape from New York, the original John Carpenter. I watched this a week or so ago. I've not done a review yet. I'll hopefully get that up in the next few days. Incredible job here. It definitely was an upgrade over the Blu-ray. I mean, the Blu-ray was great, but this one definitely did have a little bit of uptick in it. So that pretty much does it for everything I watched in the month of August. Had a really good month. Since I got away from doing the TV series, I jumped back into, doing the monthly theme and then adding some other ones in there. So in all, the geeky thing I do with the numbers, as far as the family theme month, I did 22 family themed movies, and in total, I watched 45 movies this month. So damn good month overall. Now moving forward, again, the September, I will not do a monthly theme. I'm going to get back into watch some TV shows. I want to get back into Supernatural. I need to, I left off with that. I need to jump back in. I got several more seasons of that to watch. So hopefully get through a couple more. But get back and do some more reviews for you. I got more discussions I want to do, just trying to make some time for doing that. So I hope you enjoyed me talking about what I watched this last month. Please comment below. Let me know what you think of anything I watched. What are some of your favorite ones you watched? Check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and we'll see you soon. And geek out.